Hi guys, welcome
Hi.
back to House of Redemption, Season 2, Episode 2. We got another guest to share with you guys today. I'll let Kim give a little intro of her.
Hi, guys. So today we are speaking with mi comadre, my good friend. I met her back in 2014, and it's just amazing how God has connected us and how we all relate and have similar stories.
Yeah,
And it's also how we are connected in like in the Bible when it speaks about the the girl that was 12 years old and died, and the woman had a disease for 12 years, and in that same year the girl was born, that woman was diagnosed with her sickness, and then 12 years later they were all connected at the same place when Jesus was coming through that town and received their blessings and healings and such. And I feel this is similar with me and mi comadre Annette, because we have the same story you're getting ready to hear.
yeah, and we were just talking about that after our last episode with Miss Sandy, about how we don't realize how many similarities a lot of these stories hold, like non-traditional redemption stories.
Yeah,
I feel like they all start with like some type of instability or trauma that you go through at a young age, before you even know what it is that you're experiencing. And then it turns to you, looking for ways to cope that usually aren't the best.
yeah.
Um,
And you'll hear from our stories as well, that we were all saved as children as well.
right,
And then, through the trials of life, um, veered off God's path and went down dark paths.
right. And those are the stories you don't hear enough of. I mean, we hear, the stories of the people who grew up in church and they always, lived these perfect
Yeah,
lives and they did all the things picture perfect. And not to say that their lives really are perfect, that's just what you hear more of. So I think we're
yeah.
trying to break that stigma.
But for real, those are the ones that Satan does attack to try
Yeah,
to destroy our
yeah,
lives. Because once you're saved, you're always saved. So Satan can't take that from us, but he can take our blessings and peace and joy here on earth from us.
yeah, yeah, I agree. And then another thing that we wanted to bring, to attention, like we spoke in the last episode, is how much courage it takes for these women and Kim to share their stories because they're not the normal story. Um,
And we're not speakers as well.
right.
We
But
are just normal, average people that has a God story, an amazing God story, and just want others to hear it and know it as well. And it doesn't take people that are highly educated or
like perfect. I mean, like these
yeah,
perfect people to share their stories. They come from real people who live real life and deal with real life struggles.
yeah.
Okay. So, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and jump into today's guest. Her name is Annette, and like Kim said, it was one of her good friends that she had connected with in prison, and another lady that she feels like her story shares a lot of similarities in. So, we're going to go ahead and get her on and um, see what she has to say about her story and her
I'm
redemption
excited,
life. Yeah,
and we're all nervous.
yeah.
Hello.
Hola, comadre.
Hello, ¿cómo estás?
Bien, ¿y usted?
Good.
Nervous?
Yes.
We are.
Yeah, we're all
So far.
nervous.
Taylor's even nervous this time.
Yeah.
Hi, Annette.
Hi.
Kim's told me so much about you, so it's nice to get to talk to you on the phone.
Oh, yes. We were really good friends.
Yeah, we were talking about how similar your stories were, so I'm gonna let Kim go ahead and jump into that.
Okay.
All right. So I was telling Taylor and that we had met back in 2014.
Yes, 2014.
Yeah, when I was coming across from the U.S. Marshals brought me across the border, and where was we at?
Rio Grande.
The Rio Grande facility, and
Detention center, yeah.
yeah, and that's where they held me there till I was being extradited back to North Carolina, and I met you and your sister there. Do you remember me seeing me when I came in? I felt
Oh,
like
yeah, yeah. Yeah, because like I was already there and we always like waiting for someone to come. Like on TV, and then they're gonna get here in a couple of hours. So yeah,
Yeah, you wanted to see the fresh new person that was coming in.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
and I bet y'all didn't expect to be to meet someone with well similar stories as you have, and also an American coming from the border from Mexico.
Right.
I know. Yeah.
Did she still have blonde hair? Yeah,
Yes.
I wondered.
Yeah, yeah, I did. And so I was telling Taylor, and you can tell the others because when I caught my federal charge, I fled to Mexico after I signed a plea and went to Monterrey.
Yes.
And you did the same, right?
I did the same. They sentenced me to 82 months. That was 5 years and 3 months. And I didn't turn myself in. I left to Mexico also.
You went to Monterrey too, didn't you?
I went to Guadalajara.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I was thinking you went to Monterrey.
I left. Yeah. I was there, and then I came here to the border for the. I was over there like 5 years.
Okay, 5 years you went after.
And then
After that, and then I turned myself in, like in 2014.
what made you turn yourself in? Because as I've told my story, there was a heavy conviction in my heart, and I just couldn't live like that no more. And I was scared to die, and I was scared to go to hell. And I just felt later on after coming back and seeking God, I knew that was God calling me back. But
But at the time, that's what it felt like.
That's exactly what I felt. Also, a conviction. I thought I wasn't gonna be forgiving, inviting, turn myself in, like I was doing something wrong.
You weren't gonna be forgiven by God.
Yes, by God, and I felt it. I had to come back, and also because I needed to be with my family. My children and my grandchildren were over here. I didn't want them to go to Mexico because there's a lot of danger over there. So I was like putting them at risk. So I was like feeling all these kinds of things. So yeah, it was mostly because I felt that God was telling me to come back. Because I had already said I'm not coming back unless it's in a casket, like when I die.
Yeah.
That's powerful.
So
Yeah.
So I said, no, I have to go because God is not gonna forgive me if I don't turn myself in. I have to pay for what I did. That's what I said.
Yeah, that's what I said as well. I felt like if I died over in Mexico, I'd go straight to hell, and
Yeah.
and I felt like, well, 30 years in prison, because that's what I was looking at. 30 years in prison is better than eternity in hell.
Right.
Yeah, that for me too, because like they had given me like 7 years, and I thought I was gonna get like another 7 years. As I was
For
ready
running.
to do 17, like 14, 15 years to
Yeah.
be over here. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, at least you ran after you got sentenced. I ran when I signed a plea. I hadn't been sentenced, so my plea went out. It got voided, and
Okay.
and your sentence got to still stand.
Yeah, I got to be sentenced, and I was waiting for my yeah, for my like where I was gonna be sent to and all that.
Yeah, transfer to prison.
But they did sentence me.
Oh, okay.
So, Annette, can you tell us a little bit about what your life really looked like before you fled, after after your sentencing and before prison?
Well, I was struggling, right, and that's what got me into doing this, right.
Your crime.
Yeah, my crime. I was I just gotten divorced. I had 3 children, and I had another children that I was taking care of. He was my stepson.
Yeah.
So I had 4 children to take care of, and I had no money. So that led me to like thinking I have to do something. So I met this person, and this is when it all began. So
yeah, it was a quick fix and an opportunity financially.
Right. Sometimes
Yes.
when your back's against the wall, you don't see any other ways out. That makes
No.
sense anyways.
Quick
Yes,
money. Yeah, it's
because
quick money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
yes, I didn't have money. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anything. I had to feed my children, and that I was like struggling. I was really struggling, and nobody was like helping me out. So
Right.
I said, I'm gonna do it.
yeah, and because Annette did not have no addiction.
That's what I was about to
She's not.
ask.
Annette has not done any drugs.
You were just
I,
supplying.
She was selling.
yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So,
I've never done drugs. Never.
wow, that's a pat on the back. Pat on the back for you.
Yeah.
Um
Yes.
so how long were you in that selling world before, you were called or whatever, before things stopped?
It was like I was doing this for 3 years.
3 years.
First, it started because like I was struggling and all that, but then you get used to seeing all that money
Oh
and
yeah.
that
Addicted to
kind
the
of
money
world.
then.
And
Yeah.
yes, you get addicted to that. So, like, I kept doing it. I said, I'm not getting caught, so I'm still gonna do it.
Right.
I'm gonna do it. And but then one day it happened. I got caught. So, yeah, it was basically like 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we all get caught eventually.
Yeah, it
Yes,
happens one way or
eventually.
the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we spoke about that in our other episode, that you just, once that money's flowing in, you always say like, oh, if I have this certain amount of money, or if I can save this certain amount of money, then I'll stop. But that certain amount of money probably always goes up to a different amount. It's never enough.
Yes, and at the end, you stay with nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You lose it all.
Yeah.
And everything. You lose it all.
And time. And time.
Yeah.
We lost a lot of time with our children.
Yes, a lot.
Yeah. But also, as Christians, talking about, you eventually get caught, especially those that are children of God. What's done in the dark will be exposed in the light. And when
Yes.
you're children of God, things are going to happen, and God's going to bring you back.
Right.
Yes.
He's going to bring you back from that lifestyle to Him.
One way or the other.
Yeah, one way or another. Yeah.
Yes.
So, what was going through your mind when you got caught? I mean, the options were either be sentenced and go to prison, or I think Kim said that you also fled. We talked about that. So those were your two options. What made you think fleeing was the better option?
Well, at that time, my children were like small. They were younger, and I was thinking I cannot leave them. Like they're underage, all of them. Even the oldest one was. Everyone was underage, and
It's
I
hard.
couldn't just go and leave them there.
Right.
So it was hard for me. That was very hard for me.
Oh, I can imagine.
I know I did wrong and everything, but I still like I was thinking about them.
Yeah, well, doing those wrong things, I mean, that doesn't take away from the fact that you were still a
A
mom
mom.
to those kids.
And that is the other thing that I want to voice as well, that I see, because there is a big issue on the immigration nowadays. And they try, they keep screaming about taking the kids,
Yes.
but there is a big crisis in the United States with mothers being held. We were first time offenders.
Right.
We'd never been in trouble with the law, and we had small children's as well, and they locked us up for years on a first time offense.
Right.
I know I had never been in prison. I've never like done anything wrong in my life. So I thought I was like it was a lot.
It was a lot, and that's how the sentencing is. And we've met many women, throughout our incarceration with the same situations. They were mothers, and a lot of them, some of them's crimes was based on, feeding and helping their
Yeah,
family,
exactly.
because the men have left them.
And it almost seems like they use your kids as a pawn. Like they make it harder for you to see your kids. They get them
Yes.
completely further away from you to where you almost feel hopeless.
Yeah, because in the Fed system, you are not housed. Like North Carolina does not have a federal prison for women. So you're either going to West Virginia, Florida, or Alabama's the closest. And that's still far, especially
Yeah.
if you don't have the means financially or transportation.
Yes.
Right. And your kids are little. Trips are hard with little
Yeah.
kids, you know.
And I only got to visit with my son, and he was 3 years old when I left for Mexico, and he was 15 years old when I was able to get one visit in Kentucky. Kentucky's another one, and I got to see him when he was 15, one visit, because it was
Yeah.
just too hard financially for my mom, who was helping out with my other kids, to bring my children to come
Right.
see me.
Right.
Yes, it was hard for my children too.
Yeah, and your children, they are so amazing. Because I remember Annette talking about, your oldest daughter was, how old was she? And she was trying to hold the house down
For her.
for the siblings.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she did so good and was so strong, and she
Yeah.
she even had her own kids to help take care of. So it was a lot on them to
Yes,
do that.
she was 19, and she was taking care of my two children.
Well, you must have raised a very great daughter then.
Yes,
Yeah.
I have great children. I'm
Yeah,
very proud. Even though I wasn't there for them, uh, they did good.
yeah. They
Were
did.
you able to contact them at any when you were in Guadalajara, I think you said?
Yes, I was. Uh, Eventually they left to Mexico too, but I didn't want them over there, so I sent them back over here.
Okay.
But it was really tough on them because they were mistreated. Like every time they crossed or whatever the to Mexico,
Right.
they were mistreated. Yes,
Mm.
they would ask a lot of questions about me, but I don't know, they were mistreated. That's all I can say.
Right.
Yeah.
That's understandable for sure. So when you turned yourself back in and you got to reunite, with your kids, and I feel like a less, I don't want to say dangerous environment, but a less stressful environment where you're not, feeling like you have to look over your back. How was that?
Oh well, I was as I was walking the bridge to get to the U.S. side, my lawyer was already waiting for me, so I couldn't believe it because I had already said, like I told you before, that I wasn't coming back unless it was like
In a
when I
casket.
was dead, yeah, in a casket.
Right.
So I was just thanking God, like I don't want my children to go visit me over there. I don't want to put them in danger. If something happens, like I'm not gonna forgive myself,
Right.
and a lot of things were going through my mind. But yeah, it was a hard decision, but I had to do it. I had to.
Right.
It was hard, but it's also like a burden is being removed as well,
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, definitely never looked over my shoulder when I was in Mexico. I was probably in jail more in Mexico than over here, that's for sure. I mean, the magistrate in one of the jails in Mexico knew my voice and name when he heard me being brought in. I mean, that's sad, but um, but still, it's a relief, and it was. I mean, I felt that darkness come up off me of living that way, and out of the path of God.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a crazy thought to feel a sense of peace and freedom from the life that you've been living when you know that you're not really going straight to freedom, but you see it as.
Yeah, and we were both coming to face, many years
Right.
incarcerated.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I think so. We've talked about what your life looked like before, and then how long. So you spent how long total in prison after you turned yourself in?
5 years, 6 months, because there was this law that came in 2014, the 2 point reduction, and that left me at 5 years and 3 months instead of 7 years, 11 months.
Okay, so you got a little bit of time off. That's very nice.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got 17 months off.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said that was God. That was, you felt that conviction pulling you back in. Did you stay close to God during your prison sentence?
Yes, yes, I did. Because they're in prison, like you, God is your only, how can you say it?
Like your anchor?
Like the anchor,
He's
yes.
like grounding
And
you.
that's what keeps you like calm and all that. So yes, I got really close to God when I was in prison, and with my friend here, Kimberly, we used to like fast and go to church.
Pray fast,
I
yeah.
I even was the choir teacher
Oh
for the
Yeah.
yeah.
Spanish choir. I got to
Nice.
be, and
Yeah, that sounds fulfilling.
And we both,
yes,
the crazy thing is, and how amazing I know it was meant for us to be connected. God connected us, not just because of how our story relates, but when I came over the border and I met them, and so that was Texas, and then I got extradited back to North Carolina, and 6 months had passed till I got sentenced, and then I got transferred to prison after I was sentenced,
Right.
and I thought nothing else of it, and and I wasn't there in Texas, what, 5, 7 days maybe, and
yeah,
so when and you don't know where they're going to designate you until you are on the bus heading there,
Right.
and so I end up in Alabama, and that's a prison of what's that? What? How many women was in Alabama at that time? Almost 1,700 women
yes,
before the
it was a
tornado.
big
Yeah, there was almost 1,700 women. It's huge,
Yeah.
huge compound. And so after I got processed in, and I had to go to my unit. I go in that unit, and there's almost 300 women in a unit,
Hmm.
if not 300. And when I walked in, and it's huge, I mean, there's a bottom level, there's a top with stairs that go up, and
Yeah.
it looks like motel rooms, just a lot of them.
That's what I see when I picture prison. That's exactly what I see.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
a little neighborhood or
With a little
something.
commune in the middle that
Yeah.
you can get down to.
So when I walked in, I think everybody was already in lockdown, and because it was almost count time. But then when everybody came out after count time, that's when I guess y'all saw me. You,
yes.
yeah, I guess you couldn't miss me.
Yeah,
But
that's what I was wondering. That was my next
and I
question.
was like, oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. Thank God, because I was so nervous. Of course, I've never been in prison myself,
Right.
and it's so huge and it's very intimidating. The
Mm.
federal prisons are very intimidating,
Right.
and meeting all them women, seeing all of them, you don't know what to expect when you go into prison, and it's not like the movies. Um, so when all them women come up out of the room, it's a little overwhelming. And
Yeah.
then thank God he put me in the same unit as Annette was in, and she helped me out and get started. Because when you go to prison, you don't have
Things.
you don't have all you have is the prison uniform, a little bitty bar soap, little tube of toothpaste, and a little short toothbrush. And that little bar soap is for everything. It's
Yeah.
all your hygiene needs in one.
Oh yeah.
And so they helped me out on that,
Yeah,
and I
that had
loved
to be so comforting seeing a familiar face
it.
in that
Was a
time.
it was yeah, it was a relief and peace.
Yeah.
And then she was able to show me the cafeterias, where to
Right.
go, and how to, because they don't give you or they do give you a handbook, but shoot, it's a thick handbook, and
Yeah.
it's overwhelming.
Right.
It is overwhelming. So
Okay, so how long were y'all there together?
uh
I was there like 18 or less than 18 months.
but we both there was a life connection program, faith based, and we
Find out.
yep, we signed up, we talked about it and prayed about it, and felt like it was a program where it's all different faiths, but you can take your faith and put it with the program.
Right.
And so I wanted to go because I wanted to it's a community set thing as
Mhm.
well, and it teaches you how to take your faith, your rehabilitation and experience trauma, and put it back into your community. And
Right.
I felt that was something was interesting to me that I'd like to do, so when I come home I could be a light into a community, because for so many years I was
Right.
darkness
Right.
in
Well,
the
you definitely
community.
are doing that, so it was a good connection for
Yeah,
you.
so we signed up, and we went, and we were in the same cohort together.
Awesome. That's good.
Yeah, and we did more praying and Bible studies and prayer fasting.
Yeah.
As I always say, I'm big on prayer fasting. I think it's Jesus told us not all demons and stuff can be removed through prayer alone, but fasting. And when two or more are joined together, it's even more powerful. And we prayed over our children. We pray fasted over our releases.
Yeah.
And just other people too, as well, didn't we, Annette?
Yes, we did.
Okay, well, Annette, I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up with what your life is like now. So you got out of prison when?
I got out in July 5th, 2019.
Okay.
So this will be my 7th year out.
Congratulations. That must feel wonderful.
Yes, it does.
So
I get to spend time with my family. We're always together.
that's,
They're always
yeah,
there, yeah.
that's good. That's good. Making up
Always.
for lost time. So would you say
Yes.
that God has blessed you with everything that you thought that you were going to lose back in, when was it that you turned yourself in?
Yes, in 2014.
Yeah.
2014.
Yes, I've been blessed. I've like he has blessed me so much. I cannot even express it. Like he has been so good to me. After all I did, he's been here with me all this time.
Right.
Like every step I take, he's there. Like my faith in him is still like intact. I try to go to church as much as I can and read the Bible. Um, right now it's kind of difficult because I work with the children with special needs.
Oh,
So
yeah.
Yeah.
it's on weekends and all that. So I haven't gone as much, but my faith for God is still there, and He's like every step of the way.
Right. Your heart is still there too.
Yes.
Yeah.
And growing in a more intimate and closer relationship with God during your incarceration and through the Bible, now who to lean on when things happen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Amen.
We don't have to turn to uh, like a tangible thing,
Yeah.
like most of the time we used to do. We
Right.
know that our prayers are powerful. We know God is listening to us, and we know God is with us without a doubt.
Yes. Amen.
And things aren't always perfect now.
Right.
We still go through the trials of life because we live in a broken world with broken people, and there's always going to be that until we, are called into heaven or Jesus comes back here to take his church. But we know we can get through it now.
Right.
Yes, the problems are always gonna be there, but now
Yep.
you see them in a different light because you have like God there with you.
Right.
So when you came out, what were the stipulations that you had to do?
Well, I was on probation for 3 years, and I had to do some community work. So I did my community work in a food bank.
A food
And,
bank, and that had to be really
yeah.
nice to work in a food bank to be a light to others in there. How was that?
Yes, it was great. I met a lot of people there, and like I have friends from there now. So like it was really like it was awesome.
Did you
It
get
was
to
an
share
honor to do.
get to share your story with others in there?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm sure
Mhm.
you're a big influence to others. So you were nervous about in that food bank people hearing of your story?
Yes, I was, but I met really good persons there,
Yeah.
and they asked why are you here and what did you do or whatever, right? So some of them were just for tickets, but I had to say, I mean, like the truth, and I told them, and then like they accepted it well, like they were not judging me or anything.
Right, and that's what.
So we still talk. We the friends that I made there, we still in touch.
That's good.
So,
So
like it was good.
that's what I was telling Taylor, and that's what we try to tell others that a lot of people don't like to share their stories, which is a testimony to others because of shame.
The judgment.
Shame and judgment, but it's a testimony.
Yeah.
It's a trophy.
Yeah.
To God.
Yeah. It really is. And yeah.
I have been judged.
I believe it.
Yeah.
By some people, but mostly they're very acceptable of what I like what happened to me.
Yeah, and we're
Because
going
it's
to get
huge for
that.
me. Like, it's my life. Like, I went through it. It's something that's always gonna be there. So
Right.
Right.
it's not like I wanna go and tell everybody. It's just the persons that like I meet and like that. So I like to tell them a little bit about me.
Yeah. And I feel like if it can help someone else to go, from going down the road, and we went down in the heartache, and
Exactly.
I mean, I've lost 18 years. I lost 18 years. Hey, and we know that also God uses the things that we've been through. Nothing is unused. The things, our mistakes were, they've been used, for us and for others around us. Like right now, this podcast.
Exactly.
This podcast is somebody's going to hear this podcast that relates to our stories, and it's going to help them.
Yes, agreed, 100%.
Yes.
Well, Nat, thank you for taking some time to talk to us today. I hope we didn't ask you too many hard questions.
No, everything was good.
Good. Well, like I said, it was really nice to talk with you and hear your story.
Thank you. You too. Thanks for inviting me.
Gracias, te quiero mucho.
Gracias. Yo también te quiero mucho.
All right.
Hasta luego.
Hasta luego. Bye.
I think we're all very nervous today for some reason.
Well, not me as much.
I know, which is usually she's the
crazy.
nervous one.
I finally accepted. This is not my comfort zone, and it is what it is.
Right. Yeah. But I mean, I think it's normal to be nervous. I mean, sharing stories like this that are not.
Yeah, and it's not only that, it's because I can sit down in the prisons with a group of women or whatever, and it just flows out. But it's like when I do this podcast or that radio station or the interviews for the book with the marketing agencies, it feels too prepped and planned, and it doesn't feel like it just flows from the heart,
Yeah. Yeah.
But I understand you got to do that to get the story out there for others to hear the story. So
Right.
it
Yeah.
is, like I said, it is what it is.
Well, it's very courageous to share stories like that. I mean, if you imagine your deepest, darkest moments of your life and you're telling it all in front of who knows how many people, that's takes bravery.
And I really can't even watch our videos
I think
because
that's
I look back and I hear how I say things when I should have said, like, I came, but I say I come.
I cut that thing off.
Yeah, cut that thing off. It's like, what is wrong with me?
Well,
I just can't. I can't speak.
Hey, it's came a long way. I mean, whenever we would talk to you on the phone, you did sound Hispanic sometimes. So
I promise you, when we talk in person, it's not like that. I don't know why it is on these videos.
So I think my favorite part of hearing all these stories from these women and from my aunt Kimberly is just proves that redemption is possible for anyone. I think we pound that in every episode. I mean, these stories are not your picture perfect story. These are people who have lived real life, that have made real mistakes, that have ran from their mistakes, that have done so many things that you would think that you can't come back from, but this is living proof that you can. Redemption is possible.
Yes, and I want to share a scripture. They are justified freely by his grace through the redemption that is in Christ Jesus. That is Romans 3:24.
Yeah, and I think that also shows how merciful and how much grace God gives that I don't think that we give him the credit for.
No.
Because
Yeah.
I mean, I think in our minds it's God would never forgive me for this, or he would never understand why I did this, or those things, but I mean, he does.
Yes, he does. And he restores.
Yes, every day.
Restoration.
And
Yeah.
the addict, the drunk, I mean, all the things there he
Idolater.
can, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we'll go ahead and wrap up today's episode. Just some reminders, you can buy Kim's book Redeemed on Amazon, and make sure you subscribe to our podcast on Spotify and on YouTube. We're trying to film them now so you can get a visual of us on the screen. And yeah, just if you subscribe, that really shows that that what we're doing is making a difference, and that these redemption stories are finding the right people. So if you also have a redemption story you want to share, you can email it to us at kimberlypowell.redeemed@gmail.com.
Please reach out to us. We'd
Yeah,
love to hear
yeah,
y'all's story.
exactly. So that's it for today. We will see you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.